community is probably the one thing that gets people through. It's easy for the husband, the partner, or whoever to up and sail and go and disappear for months on end. That's the easy part, but the hard part is what's left behind and how the impact it has on your family. I think probably there's been an underinvestment in the local Helensburgh area, and probably the community have suffered off the back of that.
The kids suffer the most, I think, more than anybody else. My husband's missed 2 births, so birthdays, Christmas, anniversaries, they miss it all. First days at school.
The big milestones. I know all the other forces have similar things as well. It's not just us, but I think because we've got the added thing of the no communication as well, I don't know, it just all adds up, doesn't it? Because they don't hear from the parent that's away. They don't get that acknowledgement from them until they come back, and then it's trying to rebuild a relationship with them.
Out of all of the young carers registered at the first service, there's over 30% that are from naval families and who are accessing our service quite frequently.
My mum's epileptic, so I care for her and my wee sister. So sometimes I'll make dinner, sometimes if mum needs a rest, I'll watch my sister when dad's at work, just stuff like that really.
My mum has a kidney transplant, and when she's feeling sick I will always look after her.
Their mum or dad is at sea and the other parents at home, and the young carer cares for them. They've got no one to talk to. They might feel quite isolated, might have kind of anxiety from their mum or dad being away, and just not having that person to talk to and connect with and just get things off their chest because they don't want to worry the person that they're caring for.
When mum's sick and dad's away and maybe I've got school or work and I've got my sister to watch as well, it's hard to balance all of that because you can't do everything at once, so it's quite hard.
I run Forces Family Friday, which is a group for service personnel, tri-service, ex and reservists to be able to come along twice a month on a Friday, bring the kids along, families, have a good evening.
So we run kind of homework groups, we've got a drama group, we do sessions out of hours work with some of the older young carers as well. We mainly use our office. Our offices, but it is quite small, or really use kind of local churches as well.
When this shut, we moved up to the Helensburgh Golf Club, which was a capacity of 120. However, it's over half a mile away, right? And you wouldn't think that that's very far. However, it's far enough away from the community that people don't really attend it.
I think it's definitely a space that's been very much missed. I think though the transformation that the charity and donors have brought to the space are going to make it much more purposeful and accessible and attractive, and a place that those in the community would like to go to, because the place had got a little bit run down in the past just by lack of investment, etc. So now, you walk in, it looks like a brand new space.
This community centre, actually I first came to it back in November last year, 2018, and I walked in and around all of this, and I cannot believe the change that has gone on in that time. If you had wandered through this with me back then, it was horrible, absolutely horrible. You look at what has happened over time now, and it's transformed.
We're also constantly engaging with the community to say, look, this can evolve, this can develop, so this is what's on it now, but this will grow with you. We encourage that feedback as we go along. It's part of their journey.
The bond that we've already created, we've known each other for 2 days.
Yeah, the atmosphere is so, I know, like we've known each other forever, but we're just so glued, and we feel like we've known each other forever, and the atmosphere when you first walk in, you can just feel it.
It's just magical, isn't it? When you walk in, I think that the way it's been decorated is just nice.
This will be our welcome tree, so this will be the Drumfork family tree, and then during harvest It'll be full of pumpkins and all the harvest themed and autumnal decoration, and then at Christmas it'll change with the seasons, which is really nice. When the children first arrive in nursery, they'll all be invited to do a handprint or a footprint, and that will then hang on the tree to welcome them in.
The fact that most of the practitioners understand how it does feel for a loved one to be away, whether that's a boyfriend, dad,
Mum,
husband,
whatever,
or even a mum, you know, and we've got that, and they know that when their children are dropped off, we can connect with that and help them support and comfort them a little bit more, because we go through it as well, and I think that that's really important.
Yeah, of course.
We want this to be the community hub, the place to be, the place where, the first place that people think of when they want to hold an event, when they want to meet people, when they want to come for a meeting space, if they're setting up their own small business, if they want anything they want to develop themselves. We want to be the go-to place for that.
It'll be good to have this back again, and the opportunities for volunteers for us to start putting on events again, and know that there's space for people.
Speaking on Forces Family Friday's behalf, I mean, once we come back in here, we'll be able to support a heck of a lot more people.
I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for the whole community to get together, and there'll be lots of opportunities that come about with it. So we're very excited for it to be opened and maybe use it hopefully soon.
I think my hope would be that you would find a place where there's people everywhere and people have found a place that's almost like a second home. Third space, as we sometimes talk about, that will have created an atmosphere, an ambience where people know if they need somewhere to go or someone to be with. Drumfork Centre, St Margaret's at the Drumfork Centre, that's the place. I'll always get a welcome there.
I think something that we've noticed over the last few months of being involved with the community is actually there's a strong community here that want to be involved in things and want to come together and be able to create something special, and this place has the potential to be extraordinary, I think.
Everyone knows the Drumfork Centre, and everyone knows that it's been renovated, so everyone's there's quite a big hype about it at the moment, and we keep getting asked, oh, what's going on? Oh, I heard you just got a job, and everyone's already, so in 12 months time, even 2 years time, I hope that we are fully recognised for what we do, how we run it, and how amazing the atmosphere is in here, and we get a lot of feedback from that.
Yeah,
that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
It will happen.
It will happen, yes!